All right. So, Katie, what has been your experience with the ketones and with your weight loss journey overall this year in 2018?
Yeah, so it's not my first time dieting or trying weight loss, but it's the first time trying to figure that out while juggling motherhood and a body that's a little bit older. And just
It
back
makes a
back to the,
difference.
I can't believe I'll be 35 next year. That's like incredible. But anyway, the end towards the end of April last year, I decided I was really going to kind of kick it into gear. I'd been going to the gym sporadically and, every once in a while, watching what I eat, but I really wanted to kind of start making that shift. Carter was a little bit older than a year. He was doing really well when we go to the Y. So I'm like, okay, we can build a routine. And so from May until I guess it was October, I had been doing, a weight loss program just kind of on my own of as many natural foods as possible. So lots of fruits and veggies, really low meats, um, little processed food, lots of water, and then a combination of like strength training and cardio. And, come October, I was feeling stronger and starting to get nervous about that like impending plateau
It's
that
coming.
always happens once you get to that point where you're like cruising along and then all of a sudden it's just like the scale doesn't budge anymore.
Yeah.
And, while exercise has its own benefits in and of itself, my weight loss goals to be a healthy mom in a healthy body are, there's still some more work to do. So I decided to try the ketones to see if that would give me an added benefit. And I think I've told you this before, I was super skeptical of anything that's, like an MLM or like sounds too good to be true because they normally
Yeah.
are. I'm in marketing and understand what
I
goes
remember
into
you
all
saying
of
that at the retreat. You were like, this is really good marketing. Is this?
that. I'm like, the branding's really good. The marketing's really good. Like they've just paid a lot to get people to buy this, right? So, but you had really great results and we're seeing a huge increase in energy and focus. And I don't know why anyone would turn down those two things,
Right.
especially busy moms. So I started using the ketones and um, the way I use them is I'll do one in the morning before I eat anything. So I'll have one drink like Lucy's just chugging away on her ketones over there, just mixed
Smelly
with
butt.
water, like a big one. Most days I do the intermittent fasting. So if I have my last meal at like 7 p.m., I'll do the ketones in the morning and then I probably won't have breakfast till about 10 or 11. Then I'll have my shake. Um, and that feels good for me, but I didn't do that right away. So I have my ketones in the morning and then most days I'll do a half in the afternoon. So right around 2:30 when I'm sitting at my computer and I'm starting to think about taking a nap is when I'll do another one. And I do a half because I do like the charged and also I feel like 1.5 a day is like a good amount for me. Um,
Yeah.
usually the
Really good for you
chocolate,
waking up.
yeah, usually the chocolate or the Swiss cacao mixed with like an almond milk or coconut milk.
Mm.
And that does two things. So it gives me like a little energy boost. And then also like any sweets craving I have, that chocolate is so good. The Swiss
It
cacao.
is. It is so
It's like
good. It's so
having a
fluffy.
little milkshake in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's been my routine for the past 2 months and not really changing anything else. I was losing about five pounds a month, and now the past 2 months I've lost about 7.5 pounds a month.
Nice.
So instead of slowing down, we sped it up a little bit. And I don't know if you've ever done this at the Y, but they have this in-body machine
Oh,
where
I
you
have
put your
seen
hands
it.
on it and it does, it calibrates your body composition. So your body mass, fat, and everything. And I had done it back in January. And so I just went and did another reading about a week ago. And so it showed that my muscle mass, I didn't lose any muscle mass. It stayed just about the same. It had actually just kind of like reallocated, like my arms have gotten stronger and I need to work on my legs. But
Mhm. Ooh,
um, all of the weight loss, so over 40 pounds of fat, it has been.
that's
So
amazing.
I can even prove that I'm losing fat, not
Yes.
anything else. Yeah. So, um, you know, for me, that has been the biggest benefit. Um, I think I do see an increased energy, not to the point where I'm like manic crazy, like I drink too much caffeine, but definitely,
Yeah.
enough. And what I did notice right away too was with my workouts that I would be able to take it to like a higher intensity.
Mhm.
So in like body combat or body pump, where there might be alternative moves. So instead of doing, like doing all the reps, you can do, this version. Well, I was able to do, or I have been able to do, the max version, not the
Ooh.
modified version, which is awesome. So there's that
Yeah,
too.
that is intense
So
too.
I do feel the like athletic boost. My body is like, yeah, okay, we can do this. Yeah. So that's pretty exciting too.
Yes. Yeah, that is huge. The fact that you have lost all that weight in fat composition, like really shifting your body composition, and then also the athletic, like you said, the performance, the stamina, endurance, like that extra oomph.
Mm-hmm.
What have you experienced as far as mental clarity or focus, like when you're working or just day to day stuff?
So I'm not sure if I've noticed a huge shift in that. Like it's in the afternoon when I would normally have an afternoon slump. Um, it's after lunchtime, especially on days where I'm working a full day and I'm at the computer where I'm like getting sleepy.
Yeah.
Pretty soon after I start drinking the ketones, I'll get that kind of like boost and that focus back up again, enough to give me like the clarity to get through another few hours of work and then go to the gym. Um,
Mm,
so yeah, that's definitely helped. And what's good about that is like it's not keeping me up at night too. Um,
yeah.
and so I have issues with anxiety, so I can't be drinking like too much caffeine. I have to be careful with when I drink it, and that doesn't seem to like affect my going to bed time. So,
That's really cool. Oh, you know what else, Katie, is really cool? I learned this recently that I think it was from Dr. Chad Larson. He was talking about how the ketones themselves, they help your brain do whatever it is that they need to do, that it needs to do more efficiently. So if it's like focusing on a task or, getting some work done, or if it's sleeping, because sleep is actually, it requires a lot of the brain. So like the teas that there are available too with the ketones in it to a smaller degree, it helps. It's like a different formulation that helps even calm down even more. But that is a really good point that you bring up, because I've heard a lot of people ask and be concerned about staying up, like at keeping them up, because they think energy equals a stimulant. Like like you said, it's not as jittery kind of overstimulated energy, but
yeah.
it's like this natural sustained energy.
Yeah. Yeah. I've definitely tried all kinds of caffeine stimulants and things throughout the years. College, you need it sometimes, but
Red
then
Bulls, those
then
monsters.
there's no magic button to go to sleep. So
Exactly. And then your adrenal fatigue and like all messed up
yeah,
stuff. Oh
yeah.
no.
Again, too old to be messing with that stuff, Lizzie.
I haven't been able to touch an energy drink in years. I just can't even. I cannot. It's too much. So
So
we're
that's a good question actually for you. Can you take too many ketones?
oh, this is a good question. So I have heard multiple doctors with Improve It address this question. And basically, one of the biggest concerns that people, like the context that they bring this up in, is ketoacidosis, which is like a diabetes related thing. So you would have to drink upwards of, I believe Dr. Andy said, 20 to 30 packets of ketones in one day. to make that a possibility. But basically, any ketones that you don't use, they pass through your pee.
Okay.
So it's water soluble. Yeah. So there's no concern of drinking too many ketones. If anything, I noticed that if I have that half later on in the day, or have any extra ketones that I'm used to drinking, then if I'm dehydrated or if I'm like on the brink of dehydration, then it'll reveal that. So then I feel like kind of like this brewing headache. And then I drink some more water. I have something with some pink Himalayan salt to replenish those electrolytes, and then I'm good. So that's just something interesting too that I've noticed.
So you'd prefer to eat something and put the pink Himalayan salt versus taking a electrolyte supplement?
You could do that too. I know a lot of people who do. I have this giant Costco. Me and Costco, we have a special relationship. Giant Costco pink Himalayan salt thing, and I put it on every savory thing that I eat. I just pink salt the crap out of my food, because all the ketones are pulling out when you're in your body's in ketosis. It pulls all these it's like a diuretic effect on the body, and not only does it pull extra water, but it also pulls minerals, sodium, magnesium and potassium. So which actually magnesium is something that apparently a lot of people are deficient in, like chronically, and even the foods are not as nutrient rich as it used to be, because the soil is not as nutrient rich as it used to be. So I'm being extra conscious of eating magnesium rich foods. But as you have mentioned recently, it doesn't feel like you're on this restrictive diet, because it's like, this is what your body wants. So you don't have to think to yourself, oh, I got to eat more spinach or kale to get more, vitamins and minerals. It's just the body wants that, and then it feels good to give it that.
Yeah, I definitely crave more veggies.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put them in everything.
Yeah. You put them in your drink, you put them in your food.
Blend them right in that chocolate shake in the morning. Like I can't. Yeah. I wish I could show you how much spinach and kale I put in there. It looks disgusting.
Is it like brown?
Oh, it's brownish green. Yeah, it's gross.
Just add some beet in there just to make it really brown.
And then Carter loves it, which is great. But
it's okay. It doesn't have to look pretty. Just it's good for you.
So I take a magnesium supplement at nighttime. There's this brand called Calm.
Yeah.
And it's like a little powder. And I've been using that to help me sleep. My doctor recommended that. Just as a magnesium supplement in general. So yeah, even before I did the ketones. But that's another thing too, is I have been working with my doctor just to get regular blood work done to make sure that I'm not deficient in any of those things. Because
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're on top of that. You know that
trying to.
All that stuff is in check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when you were asking about the sodium. I think that was one of the first questions that you had, or your doctor was asking about the sodium, something like that. And has she, he or she?
She.
Has she asked anything about your experience with the ketones since you've had more checkups?
I haven't seen her. Yeah, I'm actually going to see her tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Oh,
yeah.
That's right. Okay. Wednesday. All right. Keep me posted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I know I talked to her. She was like, well, she's like, I don't know too much about the keto diet. She's like, but anything that, she's like, anything that gets you eating more fruits and veggies and, that kind of stuff I'm okay with. She's like, just, I don't like extremes. So keep it balanced and, yeah.
Don't be extreme veggie. I don't know.
Well, yeah, she's like, there's all these foods and you need all of them. And so she's like, I don't really like diets if you're going to be restricting your body of anything that it might potentially need. And we could go into diets. There's so many different variables. I've actually watched a few documentaries lately about food, and there was these studies done on all these popular diets, and they were saying like, yes, they all work, but it doesn't matter if it works in the short term. It's whatever works for you in the long term.
Yeah.
People would get the same results, if whatever worked for them was going to get them results in the long term, because they're going to stick to it.
Yeah.
So,
Whatever is sustainable for them.
yeah.
To keep going. Yeah.
So
And that's
she's
another
fine
thing too.
with my diet as I'm doing it.
Yeah. And again, you have a really well-rounded diet too. I mean, you don't have to be super restrictive. And I mean, that is one of the perks of drinking ketones as opposed to having to get into ketosis nutritionally, because then you don't have to limit your healthy carbs. I mean, I hear a lot of people kind of trashing, ketones and things like that, and just supplements in general, because they're like, oh, it's a quick fix. It's just a Band-Aid. But if you use it as a tool, like this will, like you say, whatever gets you to eating more vegetables and fruits and having a healthier lifestyle, and you use it as a tool, and then you naturally want more of that stuff because your body is getting back to this, this healthy, like homeostasis it's supposed to be at. And you get the benefits of ketosis without having to, like nickel and dime every single carb.
Yeah, because that's definitely, I mean, for me, having to count carbs wouldn't be sustainable.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I could probably stick to it for a while, and then, but as it is right now, I don't really, I don't track what I'm eating. I kind of have like a system down, and I crave a lot less of the sugar and like refined carbs that I used to.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
It doesn't have to be this. No, don't eat that. No, you can't have that.
From one chocoholic to another. Yes.
Well, my thing was anything with frosting. So again, at Costco, I would buy the cinnamon bread with the thick frosting on top, and I would get a whole loaf just for myself. Like that was my special mom snack. The kids knew they can't touch that one. They get something else. Like, can I have cinnamon bread? No, that's mommy's. When I get hangry, I don't have that
chocolate
anymore.
Man.
I haven't bought it in months. So yeah, chocolate for you. Yeah. And then
it would be chocolate, or even now, like I can say no to ice cream too. And Adon's like, oh, to do our ice cream nights together. I'm like, I want it. I want it.
Gotta find a good substitute. Some keto calm tea. We're just waiting for ours to come in the mail, because that's really what we drink now. And we run out, we're kind of lost. We're like, what do we drink? Tea?
Regular tea?
What is this life? Yeah. It's funny. Oh, but yeah, the sweet tooth not being an issue anymore is really a game changer.
Yeah. And when you're not eating it, then your body craves it less, and it's like a cycle in a good way.
Yeah. And you got to cut off ice cream date night. Gotta do something else.
He's like, wait a minute.
This is messing with my ice cream nights.
I think he even said to me a couple weeks ago, and he was like, wait, you haven't wanted Italian food in forever. Like, your Italian food cheat meal. I'm like, I know, I really haven't. I was like, that's good. He's like, no, I kind of want it.
Like, we need to get you on some ketones.
Oh.
You know what's interesting though, because he does endurance sports, right? And so, especially for athletes who need that stamina and that endurance, and even strength training, especially, well, all of it. It's really cool what ketones does in the body, what ketones do in the body. Ryan's been surfing again, and he told me, I think it was like a week and a half ago, he said, it's so weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like my muscles have their own energy and I can keep going and going. And I think it's the ketones. I'm like, told you. Like, yeah, there you go.
Well, I offer it, but I don't want him to just try it from time to time. I want him to like try it consistently. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see in the new year once he gets his like event schedule together.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
And some people, there is something that one of the coaches in the Prove It community, Mitch, has said. He said, it's not a matter of if the ketones will work, it's when. And so some people, they feel it on the first sip. They feel it after the first one. They're like, whoa, they're like, their whole world is lit up. And then some people, it takes a few days, a few weeks, even months before they really, really feel, because the changes can be really subtle. They're not always really dramatic. And for me, it was like the second day that I took a full pack that I felt like, I'm not tired right now. It's 3 p.m. and I'm still thinking clearly. And that was when I noticed that.
Yeah. I can't pinpoint for sure. I know within a couple of days, I could definitely feel it in my workouts right away.
Yeah,
I remember being like, wow, that workout felt really good. Instead of being like
you're pushing
dragging myself out of there, I was like, let's go for another hour.
Yeah, I can keep going.
But yeah.
So is there anything that you would like to share? Like any, I want to say words of wisdom, because all of your words are wisdom. Like, we're saving it for now. The press words were not wisdom. But anything that you would like to share to kind of wrap this up for anyone who might be watching this?
I would say, so I know one of the biggest hindrances to people probably trying this is the cost. And it's just like anything else, you have to kind of like invest in it. And that's kind of what I looked at for me was, and I'm sure there may be times where I'll be like, okay, I have to, choose, but I would buy other supplements or, what else was I doing that maybe you didn't look at as a whole? And what type of impact were they having on your life? And, if somebody came up to you and said, you can purchase more energy, focus, and clarity instead of just a packet or a product. Like, think about it that way.
Yeah.
And try it and really think about that impact on your life, not just, what it costs for the day. I don't know if that makes sense.
No,
but
that's a great way to put it, because when people look at like, oh, it's this much per packet. Well, no, I've seen this literally give people their life back. And for me, it's like, if I can actually go do things with my kids in the afternoon instead of kind of like hermiting out on the couch and trying to get some more work done here and there and not really focus. Basically, the afternoon was lost. I would take my kids out on a date, one at a time or something every once in a while, but it wasn't like, I didn't feel that boost of energy. It felt like you were talking about with your workouts, like I'd have to kind of drag myself and talk myself into it. Like, I want to be doing this. I can do this.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous. And then now it's just like, oh yeah, of course I'm going to do this because I want to. So it's like, what is it worth to each person to really be that person, that mom, that wife, that partner, that business owner that they really want to be? Because it's that extra edge, and it's really difficult to explain it. You just have to feel it for yourself.
Yeah. And you owe it to yourself to at least try. Like,
at least give it a try. You're worth it. And it's like, we deserve it. We are worth it. And then also the impact of not doing it. We don't see that until we do it. And we're like, this is what I've been missing out on.
Yeah, you're right. It's like hard to explain, but like, I want all the moms that I know to feel this burst of energy or whatever it is that they've wanted to accomplish. Like, it will help you. And so I want everyone to feel that.
Yeah. Yes. And then you keep that in mind anytime you share with anybody, because it is all about them and what they want. Because for me, I mean, what ultimately got me to try it, Leah was like, okay, well, this is what it does. And I thought, maybe I could use some more energy. I don't know know what that feels like. I
Yeah.
was like, yes, I can't let go of this ever. Like, I want this forever. Yeah. Well, this is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing everything, Katie.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on and talking with me.
I'm so excited for you. And like, you're what, 2 months in to taking
Yep.
it? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited to see how things continue to snowball in a positive direction.
Yes. If we get Dawn trying it, I'm sure he'll just. I don't even know if I want him
Oh
on
my
it. To be honest
gosh,
with
what's
you.
gonna
Like just like your husband. Like
happen? We'll just be nonstop. He's like, I only need 2 hours of sleep. No, that's a little.
I'm gonna have to hide it from him.
Half a peck for you, mister. That's all you get.
Too much energy.
Yeah, don't give him the charge.
No.
Oh man.
All right.
Well, this is
Well, thanks,
awesome.
Lucy.
Thank you so much. And for anyone who's watching, if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with Katie or with me if you just have questions about more logistical things. We have plenty of resources to send to answer any question that you may have. So thank you for watching.
Yeah. Thanks. Talk to you soon.